Good morning. Welcome to Tribune News on Q, your go-to morning news source, only here at the Daily Tribune. We're live on Daily Tribune's Facebook page, Daily Tribune PH on YouTube, and the Daily Tribune Official on TikTok. For today's headlines. Terry Ridon casts doubt on Sara Duterte's claim that she was unaware of a Supreme Court petition filed by her lawyers. Ferdinand Marcos Jr. urged sacrifice this Holy Week as Pope Leo XVI warned of a widening gap between the rich and the poor. Over 5,000 supporters gathered at Gaston Park as the Misamis Oriental Duterte movement adopted a resolution to advance the legacy of Rodrigo Duterte on his 81st birthday. Qatar and Ukraine signed a defense deal on missile and drone threats amid escalating tensions linked to Iran. The Pentagon is drafting plans for possible ground operations in Iran, though Donald Trump has yet to approve any deployment. Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines assured the public it has enough fuel reserves to keep airports running during potential power outages. Another Filipino singer wowed the Britain's Got Talent stage with his cover of a Prince hit, earning him an express ticket in the reality TV show. Kimi Antonelli took the championship lead for the first time after winning the Japanese Grand Prix with the help of a timely safety car. Today is the 30th of March, 2026, Monday, and I'm Eliana Lacap, bringing you today's top stories. Let's kick things off with today's weather. Today, the ridge of a high-pressure area over the northern Luzon will bring generally clear skies in parts of the country. Metro Manila and other areas may see partly cloudy to cloudy skies with isolated rain showers or thunderstorms from localized activity. Northern Luzon and other regions will experience light to moderate winds with slight to moderate seas. The cool, dry air from the high-pressure ridge will reduce the likelihood of widespread rainfall. Now for a traffic update. Light traffic is reported at Balintawak Toll Plaza, Mindanao Toll Plaza, Bocaba Toll Plaza, and San Fernando northbound and southbound lanes. All the other areas of NLEX, STX, and NLEX connector, including toll plazas and interchanges, are also experiencing light traffic. Now let's move on to this morning's headlines. House Justice Committee member Terry Ridon questioned Vice President Sara Duterte's claim that she was unaware of a petition her lawyers filed before the Supreme Court, saying it is hard to believe as her counsel were seen with her at a recent event in Davao City. The petition seeks a temporary restraining order on the House panel over alleged constitutional violations in the impeachment process. Duterte said her lawyers acted independently, but lawmakers maintain the committee is following due process within its mandate. On Palm Sunday, Pope Leo XVI warned of growing gaps between rich and poor, calling out structures of sin that dig chasms amid global inequality. Speaking from Monaco, he stressed that wealth must serve law, justice, and the common good. In the Philippines, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. urged citizens to embrace sacrifice and service this Holy Week, noting true greatness comes from helping others. Data show unemployment at 5.8%, over 6 million underemployed, and uneven access to basic services, highlighting persistent inequality. Now over 5,000 supporters gathered at Gaston Park on the 28th of March as the Misamis Oriental Duterte movement adopted Resolution Number 01 of 2026 to honor former President Rodrigo Duterte on his 81st birthday. The resolution emphasizes continuing the Build program, boosting rural livelihoods, and promoting anti-corruption and community safety initiatives. A regional task force will oversee projects like the Cagayan de Oro Port expansion and the Malay-Balay-Bukidnon Road upgrade, along with farmer and fisher folk cooperatives, skills training, and rehabilitation centers. Former advisor Jesus de Reza lauded the initiative. For an international news, Qatar and Ukraine signed a 10-year defense agreement on Saturday, focusing on countering missile and drone threats, the Gulf states' government said. The pact follows Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky's Gulf tour, during which Kiev also sealed deals with the UAE and Saudi Arabia. Zelensky highlighted Ukraine's expertise in downing Russian drones and outlined plans for co-production and joint investments, including building production lines in Ukraine and partner nations. Qatar's defense ministry said that the deal covers technology collaboration, knowledge exchange, and joint development of air defense and unmanned aerial systems. For more international news, the Pentagon is reportedly planning limited ground operations in Iran, including potential raids on Kurg Islands and coastal sites near the Strait of Hormuz, though Donald Trump has not approved deployment, the Washington Post reports. U.S. Central Command confirmed the USS Tripoli's arrival with 3,500 Marines, strike craft, and amphibious assets. Meanwhile, Iran's Revolutionary Guards struck industrial sites in Bahrain and the UAE and Tehran, reported blasts and Israeli attacks on naval and port facilities. Pakistan will host regional talks on Monday to ease tensions. In our business news, the Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines assured Sunday that airports have sufficient diesel reserves to operate during power interruptions, despite Middle East tensions affecting fuel supply. CIAP spokesperson Eric Apolonio said the reserves are rarely used, but ready if suppliers fail. Airlines currently have enough fuel, but Apolonio warned flight schedules could be reduced by late April or early May due to doubling fuel surcharges. Philippine Airlines confirmed sufficient fuel. Meanwhile, Cebu Pacific has already limited or canceled some international flights amid rising costs. In entertainment, Filipino singer Matty Hinojosa earned a golden buzzer on Britain's Got Talent with an electrifying cover of Prince's Purple Rain. The 27-year-old Glass Globe-based waiter and former Idol Philippines finalist wowed judges Simon Cowell, Alicia Dixon, and Amanda Holden, earning a standing ovation from the audience. Cowell called it so good and one of his favorite songs, instantly sending Hinojosa to the live shows. The 2026 season, the 19th edition of the global franchise, continues to spotlight talented performers from around the world. In sports, Mercedes driver Kimi Antonelli took advantage of a safety car after Oliver Behrman's crash to win the Japanese Grand Prix, recovering from 6th place at the start. Antonelli finished 13 seconds ahead of Oscar Piastri, with George Russell and Charles Leclerc rounding out the top 4. At 19, he is the youngest driver ever to lead the F1 standings, surpassing Lewis Hamilton. The win follows his maiden triumph in China, giving him a 9-point lead. F1 now enters a 5-week break before the Miami Grand Prix. Now a quick look at today's horoscope. Today calls for confidence and care, Capricorn. Positive physical changes can boost your appearance and mood, while an unexpected financial gains add a pleasant surprise. Be patient with children, explaining things gently rather than imposing views. A simple smile can strengthen bonds with your partner. Professionally, your dedication may be recognized, bringing promotion or financial rewards. If traveling, stay alert and safeguard your belongings. Special attention from your spouse may make the day feel even more rewarding. Now, Katribo, did you know that on March 30th of 1981, President Ronald Reagan was shot in the chest outside the Washington Hilton Hotel by 25-year-old John Hinckley Jr.? Reagan has just finished addressing a labor meeting when Hinckley fired 6 shots, wounding the president, White House Press Secretary James Brady, Secret Service agent Timothy McCarthy, and D.C. policeman Thomas Delanthe. Reagan was shot in the left lung but famously walked into George Washington University Hospital under his own power, jokingly, "Honey, I forgot to duck." Hinckley was found not guilty by reason of insanity and institutionalized. Brady later became a gun control advocate, leading to the Brady Bill in 1993. Reagan fully recovered and returned to the White House on April 11, 1981. Now, this morning's viral comes from a TikTok video that has racked up 224,000 views, featuring a very unique and slightly spooky type of bird. Netizens were quick to react with comments like yung PTSD ko ma, Diyos ko, and scary, among many other funny reactions. Curious ka, Tribu? Let's watch this.
Good morning! Grabe tunog ng mga birds sa umaga. Pakinggan nyo. Mga birds. Vibirds.
And that's all for now, mga ka-Tribu. Join us again at 1 o'clock p.m. for more updates. This has been Eliana Lacap for Tribune News on Q.